Hey guys, it's me Harsh and welcome back to my channel Baking Vibes. Today I will be showing you how to make Among Us icon cake squares. The recipe for the chocolate cake is a very moist chocolate cake which I have just invented by myself, and I will be decorating the top with royal icing to look like the icon from the game Among Us. If you want to decorate it your way, you can obviously do it, but the recipe for the chocolate cake is very amazing. So without further ado, let's get started. The things you will require to make these cake squares will be 1 and 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour or maida, 1 and 1/4 cup of sugar. I am using powdered sugar. You can also use caster sugar. Half a cup of cocoa powder, 3/4 cup of warm milk, 3/4 cup of hot water, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil or any flavorless neutral oil, 2 whole eggs, half a teaspoon of salt, half plus 1/8 teaspoon of baking powder, half a tablespoon of baking soda, and 3/4 tablespoon of vinegar. Now any traditional cake recipe always first starts with mixing the wet ingredients separately, dry ingredients separately, and then combining them with butter, sugar and eggs. But this is a very different, unique and very simple recipe for which we will start with our wet ingredients. So into our warm milk we will add in our vinegar, and then using a spoon we will mix it around and then set it aside for about 5 minutes. This is a plain buttermilk substitute. If you have normal plain flavorless buttermilk, you can go ahead and use that 3/4 cup. After around 5 minutes, you can see that the milk is starting to get curdled. So this is our buttermilk ready. We just need to mix it once and it's ready. So now we will mix in the rest of our wet ingredients. Now since our buttermilk is ready, we will add in our hot water to it. The oil, and finally 2 whole eggs. And just mix it around. Make sure that you break your yolks. और यहीं पे हमारे वेट इंग्रेडिएंट्स आर रेडी एंड नाउ वी विल मूव अहेड टू आवर ड्राई इंग्रेडिएंट्स. अब हम हमारे ड्राई इंग्रेडिएंट्स रेडी करेंगे. सो मैदे में हम डाल देंगे हमारा पाउडर्ड शुगर, कोको पाउडर, salt, baking powder and baking soda, and just whisk it until everything is combined and done. अब हमारे पास हमारे ड्राई इंग्रेडिएंट्स एंड वेट इंग्रेडिएंट्स रेडी है. नाउ वी जस्ट हैव टू कंबाइन देम टुगेदर. सो हमारे ड्राई इंग्रेडिएंट्स में हम एक छोटा सा वेल बना के we will pour in all of our wet mixture. And now just combine it. बस आराम से धीरे धीरे से मिला लेंगे and your batter will be ready. And did you see how in just a few minutes we have our batter completely ready to be baked? So for baking the batter, we have a square cake pan. This is a 10 by 10, so 10 inches by 10 inches. अगर आपके पास कोई छोटा केक मोल्ड है जो स्क्वायर साइज़ का है, सो आप वो यूज़ कर सकते हो. There is no harm in that also. बस स्क्वायर यूज़ करना इम्पॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि दैट विल हेल्प इन मेकिंग आवर स्क्वायर्स ईजीली. ओके, सो एक बार ये स्क्रैप कर लेंगे एंड देन जस्ट पोर दिस इन. अब हम इसे बेक करेंगे एट 180 डिग्री सेल्सियस 20 से 25 मिनट के लिए. So the cake has been baked and has been completely cooled to room temperature, and I have let it cool in the cake pan. Now as you can see, this cake is very soft and moist. So now it's time to demold it. Using a knife or a offset spatula, just gently loosen the edges. Just peel off that parchment paper. And then you're just good to go. This cake is very delicate, soft and moist, so be very careful while handling it. It may easily break. Now you have a choice of either leveling it or just leaving it like that. I will be decorating it with royal icing today, so that's why I will be leveling it. Once the cake is leveled, just take off the top. See how porous it is? All these small little air bubbles hold all the moisture and fluffiness to this cake. Now for our cake squares, I will be dividing this whole cake into 9 squares by cutting 3 long strips like this and 3 like these. As I mostly say that this does not have to be perfect. After all, you're just making it for your friends and family, so taste is what all matters, and this cake will give you the best results. So now I will just like to separate out my pieces just a little bit, and our cake squares are ready to be decorated. So for the decoration, here I have 4 piping bags which are filled with royal icing. One of them has a small round nozzle which I will be using for making the border, and the rest of them are for the decoration of the Among Us icon. So if you may look at the icon very closely, there is a small white border, so that is what we are going to start off with today. So we will make a small border around all of these cake squares. Now the icon's background color is a light lemon yellow color, so that's what we will be filling these with. Just cut a small hole, you don't need a piping tip for this. And just fill it in. And now using a skewer or a toothpick, just smooth it out a bit. To make things easier, you can also use an offset spatula. And don't worry if it is not completely perfect, because this is royal icing, so it will smooth out evenly eventually. It tends to do that. Now using some light teal colored royal icing, we will make the mask or the eyes of the logo. So first we will make that. So once you have that ready, we will make the body, which is obviously of the red color. So with the red royal icing, we will make its body. If you want, you can also use a little bit of black royal icing for the outlining, but I thought that this was enough. Now we will just do this same technique to the rest of our cake. Just tap it out gently from the bottom so that it gets evenly smoothened, and then it's ready. So that was my recipe for the moist chocolate cake, and it is seriously decadent and indulgent. So if you really don't believe it, I'm just going to show you right now. Just look at all these tiny little pores, which you already saw in the video actually, but it just tells how soft and amazing this cake is. You should definitely try to make this at home and share it with your friends and families to make them happy, because this is the baking season. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, keep baking and stay happy.